Judging by the fact that the camera was off when I looked at it finally after getting the lens back, that it probably shut off right at the point where he grabbed the lens, or possibly a little bit later. Okay, so there's a bus coming this way, which means another one will be in about a half an hour. So I think I'll take the next one. Let this one go. So I'm beginning to wonder about the door being left open here. It's possible the person actually forgot. No, here comes somebody. Not that it's somebody else. So I really don't know what's happening with that car door. Oh yeah, I got a nice smile. Yeah, nice dismissive smile. Yeah, Unitarian Universalists are really good at being dismissive of protests against quite egregious injustices, abuses, and hypocrisy that the Unitarian Universalist religious community is guilty of. Here, more people coming out. Hi.
What's the problem? You had a bad experience with Unitarian?
More than one. In fact, I just had a bad experience a few minutes ago, but no, the protest today is primarily one main issue. The Unitarian Universalist Association in Boston hired Stikeman Elliott Barristers and Solicitors, major Canadian law firm, to falsely accuse me of the criminal act of blasphemous libel in legal bullying that's seeking to cover up and hide pedophilia and rape committed by Unitarian Universalist ministers. So I'd say that's a pretty serious issue.
Yeah.
And besides making a total mockery of pretty much every single principle the Unitarian Universalists claim to believe in, it also betrays the centuries-old tradition of opposing blasphemy laws.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're a Unitarian or familiar with the Unitarian. Are you a member of a church? Or?
Well, I joined these guys about a year ago. My mother was a member for years.
Okay, so you're not a member of
much about
right?
It,
no. Well, put it this way: Unitarians, because they were heretics and so on, were often at the wrong end of blasphemy laws. Some of them were even burned at the stake. So they have a centuries-old tradition of opposing blasphemy laws. Meanwhile, they're accusing me of blasphemy because I spoke about some of their pedophiles and rapists. So, I'm enjoying it myself. I think it's hilarious. But
go after the Catholic priests too.
But the thing is, here's the story. Everyone knows about the Catholic priests. You know, they've even faced a certain amount of accountability. Nobody knows about Unitarian Universalist pedophiles.
Was this one guy many years ago, or?
Well, yes and no. It's not just one guy. I'm not saying it's a huge epidemic either, but they have a certain number of pedophiles and rapists, some of whom have been charged, tried, convicted, went to jail. Others who obviously haven't. What's interesting is I was like trying to avoid legal action, so I was very careful to blog only about cases where they were convicted and went to jail.
You have a website,
I do, yeah. It's called The Emerson Avenger. It's a blog. And it's actually those blog posts that they were trying to... I didn't take down a comma.
Okay, I'll have a look.
Okay, right. Just look for Unitarians and blasphemous libel,
Okay. What's your name?
Rob and Edgar.
Rob and Edgar, okay.
Hey, nice talking to you, yeah. So this guy is going to engage in a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. My protest might be because he's not a Unitarian. Because it seems all the Unitarians and Universalists, or the vast majority anyway, aren't the least bit interested in knowing the truth about the UUA's misuse of blasphemy law to hide pedophilia and rape. But because this guy's only loosely affiliated with the church, he's actually going to do what Unitarian Universalists claim they should be doing in their fourth principle, but rarely actually do.
I think you lost your audience.
No, I don't think so, sir.
Hope you don't get too cold.
No, I don't get too cold. Except for the corpse cold Unitarians, you know, sometimes that it's a little icy.
May I ask?
Of course you can ask. Are you a Unitarian?
Yeah.
So you know what the fourth principle is?
No.
You don't?
Only business I've been here.
Okay, you only just recently joined the church?
Yeah.
Okay, well the fourth principle of Unitarian Universalism is a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. So that includes asking questions. And since you asked, which is a good thing, I'm protesting a bunch of things, but the main thing I'm protesting today is the fact that the Unitarian Universalist Association in Boston, which is sort of the head office of Unitarian Universalism in America, they hired a Canadian law firm to accuse me of the criminal act of blasphemous libel, which carries a 2-year jail term if you're convicted. And this was an attempt to intimidate me into removing blog posts about some Unitarian Universalists who were convicted of pedophilia and or rape. So I blogged about some pedophiles and rapists, including a minister. And the Unitarian Universalist Association wanted those blog posts to disappear. And so they hired this lawyer to falsely accuse me of this crime in an effort to, you know, scare me into removing the blog posts. And of course, you know, when you send that kind of letter, you know, you are threatening to bring criminal charges and go to trial. You know, they're threatening to put me in jail for 2 years, put it that way. Most ironically, for blogging about criminals. So, another thing you may, if you're new to Unitarian Universalism, something you may not know, is Unitarians and Universalists have a long tradition of opposing blasphemy laws because they were heretics and they were, you know, persecuted, prosecuted, using blasphemy. So, as a rule, they speak out against blasphemy laws, but when it's convenient for them to use it to hide pedophilia and rape, well then that's what they're doing. So I'm protesting basically legal bullying, clergy abuse cover-up, and outrageous hypocrisy on the part of Unitarian Universalists. So, this woman walked by, I think she might be clergy, just gave me this dismissive smile that seems to be so common with Unitarian Universalists. I've got a name tag on, but you know, unlike the young lady I just spoke with, you know, she didn't ask a single question, didn't really want to know. Okay, I see we got a little bit of time left, so it seems that the woman who raised this door completely forgot to close it. I assumed she was going to come back. I thought like she took a load in and was going to come back and take another load, but I think she just plain forgot to close her door. So I may just give them a shout and let them know that they got a car out here with the door open. But yeah, the protest is winding down. People are leaving. There's not a whole lot of people left, as the gentleman remarked snarkily that I've lost my audience. Well, yes and no, because there's still some Unitarian Universalists, but my audience is also the public. Now, it's true there's not a whole lot of public here at the moment, but if this gentleman thinks that Unitarian Universalists are my only audience, he's badly mistaken. So not only are the public audiences of my peaceful public protests outside of Unitarian Universalist churches, but they're audiences of my Twitter account and my The Emerson Avenger blog posts.
Bye.
goodbye. So another smile and goodbye, which again is a dismissive response. You know, I'm protesting some pretty serious problems with the Unitarian Universalist religious community, and the best Unitarian Universalists can do is smile and wave and, you know, essentially do nothing to deal responsibly with the injustices, abuses, and hypocrisy that I'm protesting against. So, I see a couple of people, at least 3 inside the doorway there. And I think when they come out, I'll just say that they should tell the woman that she left her door open. So I think we're pretty well done. We'll stay here for another 10 or 15 minutes, and we will head off. And I think I may actually do a little protest at the Unitarian Church of Montreal. There's a concert this afternoon starting at 2 o'clock, and besides most likely attracting some members of the non-Unitarian public, it may also attract, you know, some of the out-of-town Unitarian Universalists who are here this weekend for the Eastern Regional Gathering of the Canadian Unitarian Council. Okay, so I see some people there. There is a side door. A certain number of people have been coming out the side door. I guess they don't want to see the signs. And looks like, yes, the audience is certainly dwindling, but by no means gone. And we shall stick around a little bit longer. Let's just have a look at the time here. Oh, we're almost done in terms of this segment of video anyway. So yeah, it's the 23rd of October 2016 in front of the Lakeshore